Morning and welcome. Thanks very much for tuning in. You're watching Times Now Live. I'm Amita Vadva. We're top of the hour. Let's begin with a breaking update that we're getting to know where a big setback has come across for Bilkis Bano, where the Supreme Court has now dismissed a review petition against the May 2022 judgment. Now, it was Bilkis Bano herself in person who had challenged the Supreme Court, not to the Gujarat government, to apply for the 1992 revision policy. And when it comes to Bilkis Bano's pending plea against the release of a convicts, now was her only hope. In fact, Harish, good morning. How do we look at the case now? Because the Supreme Court also took an exception to the counsel of Bilkis Bano, frequently demanding an urgent listing of her plea.
Yes, that's a huge setback for Bilkis Bano. As you rightly said, Supreme Court has dismissed the review petition against the May 2022 judgment. And Bilkis Bano, remember, had challenged the Supreme Court's nod to Gujarat to apply the 1992 revision policy, and Bano's pending plea, as you rightly said, against the release of convicts now is her only hope. And what does this mean? This primarily means two things. Number one, Supreme Court stands by its May 2022 judgment ruling, which ruled that 1992 remission rules, which allows release of rape, gang rape and murder convicts, will apply, as that rule held field on the day of the convict release of all convicts, despite it being a gruesome, heinous offence. And objection from CBI and the CBI court is still pending in Supreme Court. Remember, Bilkis had said she was seriously aggrieved.
With us. रजाक जी हमारे साथ फोन लाइन पर जुड़ रहे हैं। रजाक जी, क्या आपको सुप्रीम कोर्ट की तरफ से ये खबर मिली है कि जहां तक अगर बिल्किस बानो ने जो अपील फाइल करी थी उसको फिलहाल सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने डिसमिस कर दिया है?
वो दूसरी बेंच में तो पिटीशन चालू है, जो किया है
नहीं, जो रिव्यू पिटीशन है उसको डिसमिस कर दिया है।
हाँ, वो जो पिटीशन दाखिल किया वो तो दूसरी बेंच में चालू है।
तो आपको इस मामले में क्या कहना है? क्योंकि बिल्किस बानो ने चैलेंज करा था सुप्रीम कोर्ट को, जहां तक अगर वो जो गुजरात गवर्नमेंट की जो आउटडेटेड रिविजन पॉलिसी है उसके खिलाफ उन्होंने चैलेंज किया था।
हाँ, वो तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट में हमको न्याय मिलेगा।
तो आपको अभी भी लगता है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट से न्याय मिलेगा? क्योंकि अभी भी उनकी एक प्ली पेंडिंग है, जहां तक वो जो रिलीज ऑफ अ कॉन्विक्ट्स है, जो कॉन्विक्ट्स को बाहर निकाल दिया गया था, रिलीज कर दिया गया था, उनकी प्ली अभी एक पेंडिंग है सुप्रीम कोर्ट में।
हाँ, वो है, अभी दाखिल किया था, वो अभी भी है और दूसरी बेंच में चलेगी और हमको न्याय भी मिलेगा।
जी, तो ट्यूसडे को लिस्ट बताया जा रहा है कि हियरिंग हो सकती है।
हाँ, वो तो जरूर होगा ना, जो हुआ है बिल्किस के साथ।
जी, तो आपको रिव्यू पिटीशन पे कुछ कहना है, जहां सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने उसे डिसमिस कर दिया है?
नहीं, वो जो वो और भी है, वो कोई कारणों होगा और पिटीशन तो है और दूसरी बेंच में चलेगा, वहां से भी न्याय तो मिलेगा बिल्किस को।
जी, आप उम्मीद लगा के रखिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट से कि न्याय मिलेगा बिल्किस बानो को। धन्यवाद आपका रजाक मंसूरी जी, आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमसे बात करने के लिए। लेट मी गो बैक टू हरीश एंड Brinda Adige in the meanwhile is also with us here on the phone line. Brinda, what does it mean? Because as far as the Supreme Court here dismissing the review petition, however, when it comes to hope not being lost completely for Bilkis Bano, as the matter again will be taken up soon. Brinda?
Absolutely saddening to know that Bilkis Bano's application has been dismissed. Where else will we go for justice? We are talking of a land that speaks of protection of women, of safety of women, and following the rule of the law. If something has not happened in that manner, and we go and approach the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court dismisses it, what are they trying to say? They are saying they cannot stand up against the powerful. They will not question anybody who will do all kinds of unjust things and get away with it. And the people, especially Bilkis Bano and her team, have no much faith.
No, this is in particular the judgment regarding the May 2022 release of the convicts. As far as the review petition, that is being dismissed by the court here, Brindika. Because when it comes to two separate petitions, Bano had also sought the review of the Supreme Court's May order. This is in particular that is being dismissed.
Exactly. So what is the problem in reviewing it? What is the problem? Is that not what our Chief Justice just mentioned? Liberty. Just mentioned 2 days ago. Liberty, however small the case is, liberty of that person is to be upheld, and that is the job of the Supreme Court. Now, how is her liberty guaranteed when 11 of the rapist murderers are out there? How is her life and her family's life to be guarded when people who have murdered her family members are out there, and some of them even contesting elections? That liberty has been today curbed.
All right, so you're raising questions here. Thank you very much for the moment, Brinda, for joining us here on the broadcast. Let me also go across to my colleague Aditi, who is joining us right now. Aditi, what is being said by the Supreme Court of India while dismissing the review petition?
You know, Amita, this is the one-line verdict that has been given by the SC, and in the copy that we have accessed, it's only written that I am directed to inform you that the review petition above mentioned filed by Bilkis Bano in the Supreme Court was dismissed by the court on 13 December. That's it. This is the only thing that has been written by the SC today, and the reason why the review petition was dismissed is yet to be known.
All right, so Asni Ali is also with us here on the broadcast. Let me go across to you. Thank you very much, Aditi, for the same. What do you have to say as far as Bilkis Bano seeking a review of the Supreme Court's May order by which the state government was directed to consider the convicts' plea for premature release in accordance to the 1992 policy that has now been dismissed by the Supreme Court? Miss Ali?
Oh, I thought you were asking Aditi. Anyway, because she's a lawyer. So, you see, the point is this, that our petitions are still there pending. We are expecting a hearing in January early. So I don't want to talk about what they have done or not done. I think that the point on which they have dismissed hers is, I mean, I can't say anything about it. I'm not in a position to comment on that. I can only say that our petition that actually says that giving them remission was wrong. That is still being heard. That is still pending. So we're hopeful that that will be heard positively.
All right. Thank you very much, Ms. Ali, for joining us here on the broadcast. But this is the fate of the petition, which is now known since the review pleas that were considered by the judges in their chambers, Harish, and the order on Bilkis Bano's petition that has now been released. As far as what we have accessed, that has been mentioned on the court website as well, and what we've accessed here as the document, that her review petition for now has been dismissed by the Supreme Court. All right, we'll just get back to Harish, but this is a big deal as far as what exactly does it mean when it comes to the Supreme Court standing by its May 2022 ruling that the 1992 remission rules, which allows the release of rape, gang rape and murder convicts, will apply. The rule that has been fielded on the day of the conviction back in 2008. And if we talk about in this particular case as well, this is coming across as a setback to Bilkis Bano, but the remaining petition still that is pending in court for hearing whenever that will be taken up. Now, this is in regard with Bilkis Bano, as this is coming across as a setback where the Supreme Court has now dismissed the review petition against the May 2022 judgment. Let's quickly move on.